so amused. Content creators trying to be like me, having this gift, no way I lose. But why can't they see they'll never be me?
So I want to thank Scott for putting that video together. SK27 Music. Today the super chats are off. Morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, hopefully. This is like a Sunday confessional for me today. Where do I go? Where do I start? I guess I start where I regret using the F-bomb over and over again over the last few shows, my shows, LTL shows. I regret. Let me just say I'm asking for guidance. This show should no way be any kind of caving in or saying that the justice side, which I'm going to call them, the JFKs and the LTLs and all the women who have been speaking up in those spaces and the James Jackson, I'm ride or die with those guys now. Same with Karen Reed. But today it's more about me, the confessional, and kind of about Mazza Media and Betero too. Um, those guys were my boys. Like the 3Ms, it meant a lot to all of us. And there's a lot of stuff that you all don't see or know. And I just have some regrets that I voiced it, and especially in the way I did. Um, and I'm not saying it was wrong. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just saying I have some regrets, and I am hearing from people that I do care about. And the big thing, someone posted today on my YouTube, and someone else posted on Twitter a similar sentiment that they regret I went to that level where the turtle and the galera are. That I let this get so personal that I did get in my emotions. These are personal issues between friends Mazza and Betero and me. And it shouldn't have been aired. And I shouldn't have gone there. So I'm coming clean today. I'm also asking for guidance from people, the people that care about me. If you send hate, I'm just not. I don't. I'm tuning it out, and I'm trying to get back to the point, to the guy I wanted to be, the man I was being for a long time, the cool guy, the chill guy, the guy that lets shit go and work it out and figure it out. But for this with Betero and Mazza, especially Mazza, we were really there for each other. I was there for him a lot of times. People don't know behind the scenes, always backing him. And when you watch what the other side is doing, and you just it starts to eat you up, starts to eat you up. And I let it eat me up, and I spoke too much probably on the show. And so that's my confessional today on that. Um, I took a lot of shit from a lot of people, and I still do. Um, and I'm gonna quote Jimmy today. Maybe I was doing too much. And when I mentioned those comments that came in the YouTube specifically, I was standing up for Karen. I still will stand up for Karen. But at the same time, I think I might have let Karen down a little bit with some of my words and the way people misconstrue them and the way that I did use them. Um, and the big comment that really got to me, they said, "Be like Karen Reed." And this isn't because I idolize Karen or think she's like God or anything like that. She's a human being. But I go by actions. And Karen's actions have been actually perfect. And this person talked about Karen, how her and her dad are God. They believe in God. They're Christians, and that you would never hear them use the language that I used. And so I'm going back to that. I'm going back to the old Mike, and we're gonna have a rule here. If Mike says the F word, especially in relation to all this BS, one more dollar to Karen that day. We'll keep it. We'll keep a swear jar because I need to be more accountable. Oh, my confessional. Someone said, it's not for you to tell people, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I'm not God. I'm not trying to be God. I don't want to be God. I still have the right to be upset, but maybe I don't need to air it. Um, let me get to, I see I'm so, all right. Um, I think the thing about me that you're going to find is that I am real. There's no acting. There's no strategizing, trying to, it's real. This is all the real me. Thank you. Um, yeah, I haven't even looked at the chat because I don't want to be responding. Like this one, you worried about the F word? Yes. I'm worried about everything, actually. Like that's just an easy sign of it. You know? I'm worried about like everything, dude, now. So someone says lithium. I don't think I need lithium. I think I'm pretty good today. I had a breaking point. And sometimes you need to take a little break. You need to just kind of chill. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let the noise go. It was there a lot of these folks are like, this is about you. I'm seeing the comments about you trying to not lose more people. I don't really, if you noticed, I haven't cared about losing people for the last 4 months. Like maybe I should care about losing people, right? I guess it just depends on who you're losing. And sometimes lately, I think maybe, yeah, maybe I've lost some of the good people, a few. This is my first step today. Aiden says he's going drama free. I'm gonna try to go a little more drama free. It's not that I'm giving up the fight, but I just think like I look at JFK, how he is handling things. And JFK said something about this last night. That's what a real friend does. JFK doesn't always blow sunshine up my ass. That's what I like about him. And with JFK, they went through this early on. And like he says, not all his shows were perfect about it, right? And so what did they do? They took a break. They took 10 days off. And now it's less of the personal. Even though they've had some of the most vile shit thrown at James, JFK is playing very even, very So I think for me, I just need to take a step back. I need to listen to the people that actually care about me and that universe, whatever it is, God, whatever you call it. I have enough subs. Uh, enough people would with me no matter what. This isn't about money or subs. If I wanted to make money today, I would just go crazy again and make crazy money again and keep the super chats on, keep the attack going. I'm worried about my voice for Karen because people really look at me now as like I'm speaking for Karen. And I basically gave my opinion. It wasn't anything Karen told me, but I feel like I let Karen down because I went too far. And I pushed people maybe who were in the middle towards that other side, which is, unintended consequence. And I don't want this to be about me. I really don't. I want to get back to where I was before with a show that was focused on the guest. So for now, I'm not gonna let JFK lead and the women who have been in those spaces. And this is the big one. I like this one. I got to get back to that. Less caring about that too. Somewhere along the line, some of this shit ate me up because you have to realize this is why it's harder for Brian and I think more than JFK and them. Because JFK has always kept like a separation between him and the movement. I kind of did that myself to a certain degree. And Brian might have done that in a certain degree too, but we're closer to it. We're closer to these people. We've become friends with a lot of these people. It becomes very strange when you're so involved in it. It's more than just the social media. It's more than just the people's opinion. These are people that we were allies with. We are friends with. We broke bread with. We've had phone calls with. So I'm just gonna. This is my Sunday confessional. I'm asking God, give me the power, the strength to do the right thing. This is a mea culpa. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know how that. I am starting to read the chat now. Or to see if you have any questions, anything else you want me to touch on that I touched on but didn't actually follow up on. See this Sheila. She said maybe you should reach out to Karen and Bill. No. The reason I would never do that to them is I don't want to bring drama to them. I don't want to bring more stress. My stress is not going to be their stress, And that's what I feel shitty about because I feel like I did that with those videos, unfortunately. I'm just trying to read some comments to see if you guys have any questions here, if there's anything legit or valid that I missed that you think I should mention here. One said, how are we supposed to work with a community when they're racist? That's not up to me to tell you. I think you're asking the right questions, though. It's not really what I'm here for. Go apologize publicly, Steve. I think I kind of just did that, didn't I? I regret that I regret that I brought Maz's name up in those videos. I'm not even asking. I appreciate this comment, Patricia. She says, Mike asking for forgiveness. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm already forgiven myself. I'm just being accountable and honest and letting you know how I feel. And I'm also saying this because I care about Mazza. I even care about Betero. You know, Y- y- well, we've all gotten into little fights with friends, right? This is just more high stakes and pressure filled. It's like in public. That's really what I regret that I went public. Even though I was getting hit over the head with it every fucking day for 4 months. Like every day someone would bring up Bettero's name. How are you with Bettero? Bettero doesn't want to go on your show anymore. Every fucking day. I'll read more of it. Uh, she says Mike's asking for forgiveness, which I'm really not, or some grace. I would appreciate grace. That would be nice, I guess. It's a class act. I don't know. I'm just trying to be real. We all have done or said things and regretted them at times. We are not perfect. None of us are perfect. I would say that all three M's have not been perfect in this, and especially me. I'm gonna say I'm the leading not perfect person in the three M's right now. You're owning your mess ups. There is a big difference. I guess some people are mad because comments are getting deleted. I'm not deleting anything. I think my mod should let shit go as much as possible, unless people are being really nasty. Well, okay, that's a good point. I appreciate that comment. Mo says, okay, so how is it a confessional if you aren't asking for forgiveness? Well, I'm not asking people out there for forgiveness. I guess is the I'm asking God up there and myself for forgiveness, and this is how I get there. Is the So I think when you're trying to be accountable, that's where it begins. So if I'm asking anyone for forgiveness, it would be the people that I talked about. You know, I think that they will hear this and get it. So thank you. I guess you're right. I guess I am asking some people for forgiveness. Not okay. Mary says they're only deleting messages from people making the stream about themselves. I appreciate that. That's true. We should all make it less about ourselves, even though this show is about me right now, right? That's what I'm trying to get away from. Hopefully, this is the last show about me. That'd be nice, right? Maybe we can all make it less about us. Someone else in the chat should do a week full of confessions. Yeah, I heard one of the One of the chief shit. Oh, he's in here, huh? Where's the question? I see some like really wild, but I don't know where his question is. Everyone's asking him to apologize. I'm looking for it, dude. I don't know. I can't find it. Wait, I found one, but it wasn't really. Everyone's referring to him, so I can't find his comments. It's so funny. We got one of the oh whatever. I don't even need to read it. I'm sure someone will screen capture and show it on Twitter later. D, I'm gonna post Ames' comment. I'm not gonna say she's wrong on that, but it's not really for me to say, especially with how intertwined I was with Mazza, how close we were. And that did bother me. Like there's a lot of shit like that that's bothered me. But for you to say it, you're not connected to Mazza. It's just a different thing, you know? And that's where it got tough for me is that I am so all right. So you know what I want to do? Enough about me. This is about Karen Reed. There's another fundraiser coming up. Maybe that will be my next show. Couple Fridays from now. And like I said, that comment today when I read it, noting how Karen Reed and Bill Reed have carried themselves, I think it's just important to go back to her words most recently and what she said on the Calling All Beings show. And it's also worth repeating and noting that some shows haven't played this, which is just wild. So we're going to replay it today. And that's going to be the show. That's it. No, I'm not flipping. I'm going back to Karen.
Further ado, party people, put your hands together for Miss Karen Reed. Can I get an amen for Karen?
Hi guys. I don't know why
Hi.
being Scott McGinnis made me emotional.
Is it because he's not wearing his hat on backwards, Karen? Because we all had the same reaction when he came on.
DJ, can you move her to the middle?
Hi, Karen.
Yes, yeah, we can do
Hi,
that.
Scott.
We'll put Karen in the middle.
Just so she feels the love, right?
Good call. Thank you. Good
We all
call, Bia. This is
standing with
this is
you.
why I have such a great co-host. My God, so lucky.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm every day is a different day. I was telling somebody yesterday. I have no experience living each day that I'm living, and it's like I had 3 years of trial, and there was some repetition. Like I did the same thing at the same time many of those days, and now in the last 7 months, it's a whole new routine that I'm trying to adapt to, and it's it just hit me seeing Brenda and Dennis and Scott, and um I don't think some of the supporters and Nick too. I talk to Nick every day. I haven't seen Nick's face in a minute, but I don't think some of the supporters understand what those moments walking into court every day, and there were rainy days, but there were a lot of very beautiful sunny days, and I would roll the window down near this little square, this kind of courtyard area in Dedham, and I would see the Sweeneys, and I would eventually see Scott, and I don't think you understand what that moment in time meant to me, that might I not leave this courthouse the same way that I'm arriving at the courthouse. And I was excited, even with what was happening. I was excited to get off the exit every day. And I've never been embraced by people like this for any other reason in my life. I'm not very athletic. I mean, other than my friends and family, I've never really had people cheer for me for anything. And to have it every day, you can't not look forward to it. It's just human nature. But all the other emotions that were in my body, going to court every day, and I had this like envy of the people like the Sweeneys and Scott and Nick that, you know, might we split ways at the end of this, where I'm not free anymore and I won't ever see you again. And I can't, it's just very surreal. And it's taken me it's taken a minute to just bounce back. It hasn't been the way I thought it would be, but I didn't really have any reason to have certain expectations. I guess I thought life would revert to what it was before, although that wouldn't be possible, but I would just feel normal, and I don't quite feel that way. But I can't tell you, it feels really good to see everybody. I wish I could. I'm on my phone. Is that John Como? Is he there?
That's John Como. Is
Yeah,
there?
maybe.
Oh. John, don't take this the wrong way, but John sleeps in my bed every night.
Yeah, he got a bet. He got a
You know,
bet.
you know.
What?
That'll be clipped.
That'll be
Yeah, we're gonna.
Let
Money
them.
might that'll definitely be clipped.
It's a nice
I-
bet, isn't it, John?
I had lived in
It's
my
a-
house since 2017, and I lived alone, obviously. And I don't want to use the word curate, that's too fancy, but I had everything the way I liked it. I had ordered 3 different mattresses until I found the one just for me that was perfect. And the years leading up to trial, when things would quiet down in between hearings, I wallpapered, I painted, just trying to find economical ways to occupy my nerves. And I was happy when I moved to, and John paid me, but I was happy that my bed, which was relatively new, went to someone who stood for something in my life. And I have a cousin very dear to me who took all my art and books, and I didn't take any of it. I moved in with my parents, and it's not the house I grew up in. It's smaller, and there just wasn't room for anything. So I've got rid of everything, but I liked being able to give it to people that weren't strangers. So
I mean, the crazy thing is we were all strangers to each other. You know, we all met each other because of the fact that we all wanted to help you and find justice for John. So, you know, none of us would be even here today if this tragedy didn't happen to you. And I mean, so strangers once, but friends, you know, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I met all
that's
of
right.
I met all of you because of what happened to Karen. Everybody that's on this screen right now, I became friends with because of what happened to Karen. We're like, hey, I got to come together and, you know, come to Boston and do stuff. So, James, when you want to talk, just unmute. It's just the noise of the vehicle, but you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I don't know
Go
if
ahead.
you guys can hear me. Hey, Karen,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
Hi, James. Good to see you.
sorry. I just got. Smile, Karen. You look better when you're smiling.
Thank you, thank you. I'm not I'm not down. I've just lately felt I feel very emotional. Uh not down, just emotional. I was on a flight. I was on a flight from Atlanta, or I was going to Atlanta for a day earlier this week. Nick knows about this, but the stewardess put a note in my lap towards the end of the flight, and she didn't let on at all during the flight that she knew me or recognized me, but she said something very sweet about making women feel stronger and having a voice and standing up for themselves. And I started crying on the flight. I think I'm just really sensitive, and I don't know. I feel like I am having this delay or this spigot of adrenaline that I was living off of that worked. I couldn't believe how much the body, how it can just keep producing endorphins, not just in a moment of extreme need for endorphins, but for years. It's almost gotten to the point that I'm comforted. I feel good and normal when I have legal stuff to do. Um, but but I don't have that fear and that anxiety of facing trial. But at the same time, it was jump starting me out of bed. Like when you're facing trial or even a hearing, I never slept the night before hearing, and I didn't have an immediate worry. I knew I was going to come home that night, but it's just the cameras and the press, and are we going to win this argument, and whom do I have to look at that I don't want to look at, and what am I going to be criticized for? So it's this bundle of nerves, but it helps wake you. It's like I'm shot out of a cannon every single morning for a thousand days. And then now there's my days are really busy, but I don't know when the day starts where it's going to go, and I don't have this fear, but I feel like that was driving me, and now there's just this void, and it feels really weird.
Do you miss your students the most?
Somebody just asked me that. My students from my old life, I do miss teaching because they're so they seem so innocent, and I just mean innocent in an adolescent way, that I feel like when I was in college and their age, I was much more mischievous. And my dad, who was a professor for 40 years, said the bittersweet thing about teaching is the students never age, and you do. But I've considered going back. I've considered going back into finance, and it makes me happy and sad to realize I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know that I can get on the. I still don't have a license, first of all, so it's hard. I'm in the deep suburbs. It's hard to even get to a commuter rail. I either rely on family or I, pay for a ride. So, but I've heard from a lot of students. I heard from one just 2 days ago that I apparently was trying to reach me from China, and I had someone translate a Chinese note from her that she had written to someone else. But I've come to the realization that was not what I was here to do, even though I loved doing it. That, like it or not, this is my mission now, and it may never end. It may never end. This fight. It feels like it's just always going to be something, and I'm coming to terms with that. And I guess that's what we were prepared to do, and now we have to put our money where our mouth is, so to speak. That Alan Liza and I used to say during trial, we'd love to abolish Lampron. We'd love for the law in Massachusetts to recognize when there is a conflict with the law enforcement officer writing subpoenas. And we have to jump through hoops to get a court to order that law enforcement officer to write a search warrant to Google, to Lexus, to Apple, to Verizon. There's not a provision in the law that what if we can't trust that gatekeeper? And Lampron is, it really was the bane of our existence, trying to get evidence. And now we are getting evidence because other people are fighting for us now, or they're fighting for themselves, but it's helping me. Then imagine if we got these phones when we thought we had a basis to get some of these phones, and now by the will of God, we're getting it. And look what's there. And that was kept from me. And there is a there. And that the law in Massachusetts allows the prosecution to take anything and everything in an investigation with weak justification. And to defend yourself, Lampron is tricky because you essentially have to tell the court what you think you're going to get when you get that evidence. What do you think is in that cell phone record? What do you think is in that Google search or the geofence? Well, I don't know what I don't know, but I have reason to believe there's something there. And it's just a very easy denial. First of all, it's an easy opposition for the prosecution, and it's an easy denial for the court that, well, you can't tell me specifically what you think is in Jen McCabe's Verizon records. Therefore, this is a fishing expedition. It's an incredible handicap going into trial. So the point of this story about Lampron is we had discussed how can we change this for the next Karen Reed and make it harder for this to happen again. And we were so gung-ho about it. Once I'm acquitted, we're going to keep fighting. And I don't think what we realized is there were no days off. It just rolled right into the civil case. And the civil case and the timing of it with the O'Keefes has forced me to get on my own civil case so we can possibly roll this all into one efficient process. But I guess I was thinking I'd have a minute to catch my breath, but that's not in the designs. And I'm just grateful. I'm even free to pursue this and once again have these incredibly talented lawyers. We had a Zoom last night about our civil case, and I had lawyers from two different firms that essentially battling over who gets to do what deposition. And I think I'm fortunate to be in that position. I was lucky to have the help I had the first trial, and then I had even more help the second time. And now the stakes are much lower, and I've got just as much talent as I've had. So I guess we're just going full steam ahead, and I've got the help I need.
We are going to be here for you, Karen. I can promise you that. And if you don't mind, I would like to let every member of the panel just address you, beginning with my co-host, who is to your right, Boston Bia.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. You are the reason that we all came together, and we've never wavered in our support for you. And I just want to wish you all the best. Again, keep up the fight. We're here to see you through it.
Thank you. Thanks for being here on a Friday night. I'm sure there's a million other places you'd rather be.
No, actually, we'd like to be right here with you.
We want to be
right
here.
Right here.
Right here.
I took half a day of leave today just to get ready for this because we wanted to make this a great event and raise a lot of money for you. And this is 1.0, but it's not the end. So we'll get together and do more stronger together. So John, the great John Camo. Go ahead, sir.
I don't know about you guys, but my allergies are killing me.
Yeah, shut up, John. You're crying.
So, and I'll be quick. When I first got divorced and I moved into an apartment, the first thing I did is I went on Amazon and bought a mattress, a king size air mattress. And the thing was like 20 something inches tall. And I loved it because I have a bad back and you can inflate that thing. And I went through 3 of them, and I just was so stubborn that I wasn't ever going to buy a better mattress. And then when this kind of happened, I'm like, oh, literally, I'm like, I really don't want to get rid of my air mattress, but I'll take it. And I even said, I'm like, if I'll take the mattress, if I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I will find a way to get rid of it for you. Well, we've kept the mattress. Just saying.
John carried, I had a big upholstered, it had wooden, a wooden base, but the base was all upholstered and it had it was all tacked. It was very big and solid. And John just took the entire headboard. He didn't even detach the legs on it and just walked down my stairs and out the front door like Paul Bunyan.
Didn't touch anything. Didn't touch any of the sides.
Put it on his back.
John said, "Ain't nobody getting this bed."
She was a mover for 7 years. I'm like, she's selling the house. I'm like, I'll be damned if I'm going to be the one to ruin the walls. So yeah. So, but hey,
Good to see you.
You too,
Brian LTL, oh man. Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Friday night but be here. Karen, you know that the first time we ever spoke, I said that I was in this all the way to the end until you walked out of all these courtrooms fully exonerated from all of this bullshit that's been going on with you. So I have your back. I'm in this all the way until the end. So you walk out and we get justice for John as well too. So
Thanks, Brian. I hope you don't mind if I share this, but Brian, I think Brian, you came to 1 or 2 fundraisers and 1 or 2 dinners, private dinners that we had, and lunch and court a dozen times. Brian, I never saw Brian where he didn't literally empty the contents of his wallet. I think one time you gave me like $47. And this is in addition to donos on his channel and fundraising. The 47 is what was in his wallet. And it was a day that I had to cancel. Someone showed up unexpectedly, or I actually think it might have been Dr. Lapasada's assistant we needed a seat for. And Brian and Lauren traveled and we're all dressed up for court. And I had to tell them I needed the seats. And Brian came to lunch with us and said, before I go, take my wallet. But I'll never forget that, Brian. You're just so generous. And so is everyone. But that is not an exaggeration. I never saw Brian where he didn't financially help me every single time.
Yeah, what's interesting, I just got to become friendly with Brian and Mike about a month and a half ago, something like that. And it's what kind of came to my mind. What a giving person and he's sick of hearing this because I tell him that all the time. And he's probably like, shut up, DJ, but he really is such a, it's true. He's such a giving person. And I tell them all the time, it's an honor to be their friend. And it is. So thanks, Brian. Here's another great one. Thank you, sir. And I want to say about this gentleman down there in the corner named James Jackson. If you haven't seen him on Canton Chronicle, he's got such a great vibe with John and his team. So I just love seeing James. It's just a perfect fit. Go ahead, James. Go ahead and unmute and please address Karen. I know you guys are friends anyway, but go ahead.
I think he might be talking to someone else.
Oh.
Hey, sorry guys. I gotta go. I just want to say,
okay.
Karen, God bless you. It's so good seeing you up there, and I love seeing you smile. And shout out to everybody. JFK,
Karen, hold your head up, all right?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
All right? We got to rock out tonight and say free Karen Reed in front of about 700 people, all right?
Yeah, Middle East downstairs.
We're at the Middle East tonight. We got Kevy Kev, too.
Yeah.
Keep your faith first. Keep your faith first.
Always.
You'll be all right. Hey, Mikey Crawford.
What's up, JFK? I just want to pause it there for a second. Say hi to Kelsey in the chat. Kelsey's watching today. This is going to be tough for me to watch this next part because Karen's going to talk to me in this, and She says she never had to like worry about me, never had to, which was true. I think today maybe not. Like I think for the first time, I don't think what she says applies. I feel like I did let her down a little bit. That's my confessional today. Yeah, say hi to Kelsey in the chat. She's watching. And she's been inspired by Karen Reed. I think this is the first time she's watched this. So think about that. That like people are like, why are you replaying this? Number one, I think that it needs to be seen. I think more people need to watch it, especially on those other shows that haven't played it. Not naming names, not. But some people are seeing this for the first time. I think Kelsey is right now. What up, JFK? We're not crying today. God's hands. All right, let's finish this off. Hopefully, I'm not going to be crying. I'm crying. Karen Reed's going to make me cry. Oh God damn, Mike. That's the thing. I'm not. I only could beat myself up if I'm on the wrong path. Today feels like I'm getting where I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna beat myself up today. All right, let's go back to Karen. Not yet.
Mikey Crawford,
Not
make it
yet.
out to the Middle East. Anyone else
I'll
can
try.
make it out.
I don't know. I got bad eyes. I'm worried about driving.
I hear you, man. Be safe.
James.
Everybody be safe. God bless. Go ahead, DJ.
One thing I love that you said, I just loved and what I forgot to say is, how do you know I'm not talking to Karen Reed?
Hey. All right, guys.
Bye-bye. Have fun.
Bye.
Peace and love.
guys. Peace.
I'll bring
See ya.
you in here, but I'm going to shut this. Hold on.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know if he's bringing show the audience.
I'm reading this comment. Mike, you didn't let anyone down. Quit taking the blame for what others did. I'm not taking their blame. All I'm talking about is what I've done. But I appreciate your comment. And Belinda also says you've given so much to all of us. Well, thank you. I'm glad it's appreciated. I'm glad to do it. Like, that's what I want to get back to.
Out there. But if he's not, go ahead, Mr. Crawford.
JFK somewhere.
All right, we'll let him go because somebody else is trying to come in. I don't know who it is, so we'll have to let go of James because he's at the venue anyway. So. All right. I don't know who's trying to come in, but all right. Oh, there's James. Somebody. Oh, it's James coming in again as James. I don't know.
Oh, it's all right.
Mike Crawford, go ahead, please, and what you'd like to say to Karen.
For standing up. Like it would have been easy so many times for you not to come the way that you did. And I just want to thank you too for like you've never asked me for anything. Like you've just been thankful like the whole time. Like I think people should know that because I hear a lot of people saying they don't think you're thankful. I've always felt thankful. Like you've always thanked me, and I think all of us feel that way. People that know you. So that's the one thing I appreciate. You never tell me what to say. You never ask me for anything. Like, and I'm very thankful for what you've done. Like for not just me, but the entire just ecosystem. Like it's amazing. Like we were talking about all the friends that we've made, all the people we've met through you. And I'm proud to stand up for you. Like your entire family. I love your family. I love you. Like I'm proud. Like every day, like people say, "Oh, how's Karen doing?" Like it means a lot. Like it's it's a special thing. So I'm very appreciative to know you and support you.
Well, thank you, Mike. I didn't ask for anything because you beat me to it. There was nothing else I could ask of you. I have heard. I've gotten messages. I've stopped reading my inbox partly because I just can't keep up with it. I think it's common knowledge. Everyone on this line knows, to the best of my knowledge, as we speak, the district attorney's office is still trying to charge me with conspiracy to commit witness intimidation. If I had a public thank you to anyone embroiled with the district attorney's office, I would bet the roof over my head that that would be played before a grand jury as a thank you for approaching witnesses. I know it would. I know it was. I know what was presented to a grand jury to get me indicted for murder. The bar is not too low. It's where Andy Rentro's ham sandwich is. I had an acquittal dinner that I honestly was too emotional to really even. I didn't really even want to go. I was just kind of in a zombie-like state in the hours after the acquittal. But the people in attendance were my immediate family and my attorneys, and one other person and his girlfriend at the time. My best friend wasn't there, but this was a very private, sincere thank you from about a dozen people to one person. As far as everyone else is concerned, there are people I have not thanked, and there are people I have thanked that I could thank every day, and it wouldn't be enough. I'm not saying that sarcastically. It wouldn't be enough. I would like people to understand we're half a year from trial. I've been living very privately. I'm not going to events because I don't want any part of this. I'm really deep in this decompression, and it's been difficult. There were, I think the number was like around 3,000 people outside the courthouse. I can't get to everyone individually, but what I can tell you is when I've been able to, we've had multiple fundraisers. I think the second one we had, Brian, was 400 or 500 people. I had about 10 dinners paid for by friends and restaurants that I tried my hardest to invite the people that I know were involved just constantly. And there, God willing, have more time to thank people, but I don't know what is expected of me. I don't know what more I can do right now. And I'm still dealing with legal things. I have not really taken a celebratory lap anywhere, but I think people who have been the loudest about me not thanking them know exactly why I have not more publicly done so, because just like the videos you saw in court and second trial, it will be taken out of context, and I do not want another unjust criminal battle. I am sick of needing a criminal attorney in Dedham, and I've already had two since my acquittal. I had one during the summer, and then he was replaced. I have another attorney now. I'm still worried. I'm worried about the players involved at the district attorney's office and their biases, and I have to be very careful how I thread needles, and I think a lot of people understand that, whether they admit it or not. But I've thanked everyone on this call, and I hope to see more people in person. Some of you haven't met ever, but please be patient with me. And there's things I want to say, and I will say them. And Nick and I have very, very big plans to really start airing things out in 2026. I only watched the last episode of my documentary, but my understanding is it did not it did not reveal what I was hoping it would, which is what does it take to fight the government? What does it take to be the underdog? And Nick and I and Alan hope to reveal that much more precisely than it has been so far. I hope.
Chat. She's talking about their new YouTube channel, the Read Files. It's in the chat. If you haven't subscribed to that, please subscribe to that channel. That's Nick Rocco, Alan Jackson, Karen Reed. We're working on content together. Expect a lot more from that channel this year. Please make sure you subscribe.
That we can generate some momentum and discuss the DA race, which I don't know if people realize what the implications of the latest contender to throw his hat in the ring, what that could mean. What has he said? How has he identified his platform? What does that mean about this case? And I've heard comments I've given to Karen. She's fought her battles. She's free and she still wants more. First of all, thank you. And if this is where you get off the train, that's fine. But for the people who have repeated the mantra, justice for John, and what about the other side? What about this loss, this murder? We want more answers. I'm getting them. I'm battling that right now, but I can't do it without help. No one else is going to do it. I hope things change politically, and I am giddy at what that could mean for this case. This is all surmise, and reading what's out in the public forum. I think things aren't over by a long shot. But this is still the civil battle, and the lawsuits are still part of getting justice. And we were really handicapped at trial. People have no idea, what we were prohibited from doing and saying and showing. And that's why we have this call right now, why we're all on here, that sunlight is the best disinfectant. We need more sunlight. I'm here. We won the first two battles, but now we get to play offense. I need help. And I had 3 law firms and then a 4th individual, Victoria, helped me win. That's what it took. I had David, and then the folks at David's firm, Tanis and Ian. I had Bob, and Barb had a whole arsenal that you never saw back at DLA Piper helping us. I had Liza and Alan, and then I had 9 law clerks, which was a brainchild of Alan Jackson's. September 2024. It feels like 5 years ago, but we had our first meeting after the first trial, and we're talking about experts and how are we going to pay for them. And I said, well, I've got to sell my house. It's my last asset. I listed my house, and I think I sold it 2 months later. So that covered part of trial. And Alan said, we've got some of the best academic institutions in the country right here in New England. Let's see if any students want to cut their teeth live in a criminal trial. So David sent out a notice to the law school at Boston College's alma mater. Alan did one to Harvard. And we had a week of interviews. We probably each interviewed, David and I, and then Liza and Alan probably each interviewed 50 third-year law students. And we got 9, including one who was the president of the Harvard Law Review, Sophia Hunt. That's what it took to win this. I now have 3 concurrent civil trial tracks. I have Plymouth State, Bristol State, state cases, and now federal. You saw what it took to win a trial with 2 sides. Now I've got trials with 2 sides in 3 different forums. It's not, my insurance company's attorneys cannot digest all this. It's like drinking water from a fire hose. It's bigger than it's bigger than any one lawyer. It's actually bigger than any one firm.
Totally makes sense to me. As you said, they're coming in cold, trying to learn the case, facts, understand the nuance, and then present a very cogent defense would be extraordinarily difficult. And thank you, because you stated why we're all here and why this is important in terms of funding for these 3 cases that you have to defend yourself, and maybe even a 4th if we don't get Morrissey out of there. But if you don't mind, I just want to let the rest of the panel continue to address you. And we have one of your most ferocious supporters in this entire movement down just below me here on screen, and that is, of course, Boston Brandy. I only muted you, Nick, because of the keyboard, you and Brandy with the TV. So go ahead, but you're all good. So go ahead.
Hi, I just want to say hi. You're beautiful. You are so ferociously brave, and no human deserves to go through half of what you went through. And I have so much respect watching you just overcome everything that is thrown at you. The entire world is thrown at you, like between the government, the internet, the trolls, the haters, the non-believers, just everyone. Just you can't get it from anywhere else negatively. And the more people here, the more people that do speak up and just, put aside that fear that they're getting, it's going to help all of us. It's your name on the docket, but this fight is for all of us. And everyone needs to realize that. And I'm here for the end too. I mean, we got a dead cop on a dead cop's lawn and nobody's in jail for it. And it's just like, it's gone on too long. And I don't feel like there's any justice in the justice system. It's all a game. It's all rigged. There's always a loophole. And it's just, they make it so out of reach for you to be able to even learn your rights. They don't teach it in public schools. They'll teach on it in a little bit. And then they make law schools so expensive. So you can't really, and it's just so hard to, more people need to learn about their birth given rights, because when it comes down to it, the next Karen Reed, if they don't have the team like you had, and nobody has that team. You know what I mean? They won't. No one ever.
I just want to make a quick comment on the bottom ticker right now. You see the Karen Reed Venmo. It's Karen-Reed-1. If you want to send her a Venmo, you can also hit her fund, her official fund. We've linked that also in the chat. It was pinned earlier. Right now, pinned is the Read Files, the YouTube. Definitely subscribe to there. But this, like 3 different ways you can help Karen today. Send her a Venmo. Send her a donation to her civil defense fund that we dropped in the chat. And subscribe to the Karen, the Read Files, the YouTube. Subscribing doesn't cost anything. And if you do subscribe to that channel, go over there and like the video, share the videos. Make sure you're following, subscribing, liking, commenting. Commenting helps as well. Support it. That doesn't cost anything.
That literally was the dream team and is the dream team. You have the 2 dream teams, you know what I mean? And it's like, no one's going to get that again. So we need to all come together and help you. And it's just like it's the United States citizens on that docket, but it's under the name Karen Reed. That's how I feel.
Thank you.
But
that's
good
true.
luck in everything.
Thank you. Please know.
Again, there is a PayPal as well. And I think that's going to be, if you look at the ticker, they're going to, throughout the show, they put the different ways you can give money to Karen Reed. So just if you're looking for that PayPal, I'm sure it'll be on the screen again.
Oh, I am not on Twitter. Nick's kind of my human filtration system. If there's something important I need to know, even if it's negative, Nick's my eyes and ears. But please know, there's so much positivity from the minute I step out the door. My mailman blows me a kiss. I have not paid for a meal. My parents haven't paid for a meal. This is, Boston Seaport was like our home during trials. So I know that neighborhood and the support I have there. But in my town where I live in Dighton, even when I travel, I've been to New York a couple times, in Los Angeles, where everyone's more famous than I am. There is a lot. It's overwhelming. Please don't think that the hate you see in pockets, and we know who's generating that. We know it's who feels so passionately, so viscerally hateful about me. and why. We know who they are, and we need to dismiss it because it is not representative of the actual world around us. I promise you.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. If you're in a
Good.
fight, one of the people that you want backing you up is that lady right down there. That's someone you want.
I'll
right
help
there
anyone
backing
that
you up.
needs it. I
Yeah.
don't know. We're all
Yeah.
gonna need help eventually. All of
Yeah.
us are. So
I just want you to know we really appreciate you, Brandon. You've shown a lot of leadership in the community to all of us. And I said that to you privately on text, but I'll say it publicly on air. You know that you've shown a lot of leadership, a lot of courage, and a lot of wisdom, and we appreciate that, and we certainly follow
Thank you, Brandy.
thank you.
So now we get to Nick Rocco, who talks to you every day, but Nick, nonetheless, might have something to say.
I'll keep it short. Listen, you know, a lot happens behind the scenes. One thing I will say, and she can back me up on this, is my tweets come from me. Karen does not tell me what to tweet. I'm not her mouthpiece. I'm not her PR person. I've become very involved in this, and I care about the truth. And when I see stuff that's not true, I like to correct it, whether it be you know, a troll or somebody who once supported her who maybe doesn't anymore, because they hear, you know, rumors are the worst thing possible because it starts with the truth and ends with a lie when you have a rumor. So, you know, if it doesn't come from Karen and her team, wait for the answer. Wait for the question to be answered, because it is all coming. It's just a matter of time. And I know people want to hear from her, you know, right now. She's here, she's talking. But there will be more things in the future where more things can be addressed. Every question that I see out there online, they will all be addressed. There is an answer for everything, and it will all make sense. And one thing I would like to say is that, you know, people have heard about this case throughout the world, right? You know, you had somebody who started this and got a lot of the word out, but there are others that specifically heard about it through a different way. So at the end of the day, it's you just have to realize that you still have the support there from a lot of people. And at the end of the day, that's really what.
Thank you so much, Nick. It's been a pleasure to coordinate with you on this. And I did apologize to Nick for not having the Godfather theme queued up for Nick's entrance. But next time he's on, Karen, we will have the Godfather theme queued up and played for Nick Rocco. And then I'll do my, you know, Vito Corleone impression again, okay? She's like, yeah, this guy's really ridiculous.
That's
It's
good.
true.
No,
All right.
who doesn't love the Godfather?
Okay, before we go to the Sweeneys, I want to tell all these beautiful people in the chat that are extremely generous. I want to thank you for super chatting. It would be more helpful if you divert and put this right into Karen's Give, Send, Go, her Venmo or her
It's going up,
PayPal.
DJ.
Actually, can
We're up to
seen that?
19,382.
Every time I refresh, it
Since
goes
we
up.
started 53 minutes in.
You're kidding.
Unbelievable. People are like
No, I'm
really
not
throwing
kidding. I
down.
keep
No,
refreshing.
19,382.
Yep, I just
Yeah.
said that.
Oh my God.
Repeating it. People can hear it.
Yes.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm having a dream.
No, it's because people still support you regardless of the false narratives that are put out there.
Right.
That's why. We
Also
all
wanna
support you.
Also want to say all this money that comes to CAB, this will eventually end up when they pay us to Karen's defense fund. So every penny,
Thank
I'd
you.
rather you donate directly to Karen. That would be better
Straight to the-
than super chatting us, much as we appreciate it. But every penny will go to Karen. So
I got
that-
my wallet out. I got my wallet right here because I'm going to be making.
Can
a
I see
donation
that
too
again,
tonight.
Mike?
That's like the fattest wallet. That's a fat wallet. That's like old grandpa wallet. I can't even look at that. It's like what?
All right.
Go money,
Look at
Mike.
those boss flying out of
That's
that
all
thing,
that
will you?
money. That's
Full
all
of cards and money. All right.
Let them
Yeah.
Now we
months
know why he
over.
walks with a limp.
Oh my goodness. The people to Nick Rocco's left are some of my very favorites, our favorites, and it turns out Karen's favorites as well. And they are, of course, Dennis and Brenda Sweeney.
Yes.
Well, it's good to see you. I'm not on the sidewalk. I feel good being in a chair talking to you for a change.
It's not cold.
Sitting
It's good to
down.
see you.
Sitting down. Not with that.
Back
Not
to
with
the
the
beach.
the
I
flag.
can't
He's always got-
I just want to say that you don't have to thank us, Karen. What we're doing is simply the right thing to do. And I'm proud to be able to help in any way that I can. And those murdering bastards are still out there, and we need to get them in jail.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Brenda is a bulldog. Let me say that. She is a bulldog, and
Brenda.
she's fearless. She is fearless. She lives in that town, and you know, when you stand up to people that you have to see every single day, it's not easy. I mean, we all deal with it in our own ways, but she has stepped up big time and gets in front of that microphone and lets them have it. She tells the truth, and it, you know, I kudos to you, because it takes courage to do that.
Yeah, her and Boston Brandy are like homies, man. Like the two of them, you know.
I've known her for 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
Really? Yeah. I grew up
She
with
grew up
Dennis's
with
son.
Dennis's son.
Well, my son, yeah.
Awesome. I didn't know that. Another story.
Small
But
world.
we're gonna get Boston Brandy on here for an interview, so we're gonna get to hear her story. So we'll find out. Scott McGinnis, the legend. How are you, Scott? Your turn.
Great. How's everybody?
Good, sir.
What?
Yeah, Brenda's speeches have been like almost to the perfection level now. I remember Brenda when she first started, nervous, the 3-minute timer. And now Brenda gets up there like smooth as butter.
Thank you.
Anything to say to Karen?
You know, Karen's talking about how she's still fighting, you know, the corruption involved in this whole thing, you know, DA Morrissey's office. You know, when I first learned about Karen's story, mainly through Turtle Boy's initial reporting, I was like, oh, hell no. They're not going to railroad this woman. I was motivated and upset to start showing up in front of that courthouse in July of 2023. And that's how I met all these great people, veteran boots on the ground. And we were there every day we could possibly be. And that's how Karen got to know us, our support. That's how, you know, Karen came on to the show. She kind of teared me up a little bit about that, because our hearts and souls were in it. Not just for Karen, but our fight against the corruption in this state. And somebody like DA Morrissey, the embedded state police detective groups, you have a corrupt police department like Canton. That's the only way this could have possibly happened, that Karen was framed like this. So we have systemic problems in our government. So when I first started showing up in front of that courthouse, holding a Free Karen Reed sign or Michael Morrissey for federal prison, I was there to fight the corruption more than with any reason I would have been there in the first place. Like, I didn't show up at court to see Karen Reed as like a celebrity. That's not why I was there. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of us that were involved in the movement were there for that first. Karen Reed could be anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been there for whoever, because we could see that Karen was clearly framed. I could, anyways.
We just got over 20,000. Sorry.
Woo!
That's awesome.
Thank you, Boston Bia.
Yay.
Let's go.
I was watching
That's what I was so upset about, is the corruption. And I remember, Karen, I got invited into court with you that during the first trial. And Karen says, oh yeah, I saw you guys protesting at DA Morrissey's office. And some of your interviews, you know, got on TV news, you know, and I think, you know, other than us standing out for Karen every day we could, for both trials, pre-trial, but we've done protests at Morrissey's office. I think I've done protests there 13, 14 times. We're doing protests for justice for Sandra Birchmore. You know, this DA Michael Morrissey monster, as horrible as Karen's case and all she's going through and her fights now still civilly, there's other disasters that have happened in Norfolk County because of the corruption. And I'm not going to stop fighting the corruption no matter what. Morrissey's got to go. Systemic changes need to be made in the system. Every DA in Massachusetts should have their embedded state police detective groups removed. That's a terrible idea. I don't know why Massachusetts does it like that. That's one of the main reasons why DA office like Morrissey's can go off the rails, because he has these hand-picked group of detectives that are loyal to him. If you look at Michael Morrissey's office, these detectives were all connected to Morrissey somehow, and that's how Morrissey gets them in his office. That they're not randomly handed out to these DAs. These DAs are able to collect their own little group of.
Had anybody read an ethics regulation or instruction?
Is on the bottom of the screen. I know people are asking for other ways to donate to Karen Reed. Pinned at the top of the chat is her YouTube with Nick Rocco, her new YouTube channel with Nick Rocco and Alan Jackson. Definitely subscribe. We also put her fundraiser in the chat earlier. You can also do Venmo and PayPal. So there's multiple ways you can donate to Karen Reed. Almost done. This is probably your last opportunity to ask me questions today. It's funny. I forgot. I screwed up a couple things. This is how out of it you can see I am. I forgot to turn on subscribers, so I let all these trolls come in here today. I apologize to my mods. I shouldn't have done that. I just kind of and I meant to turn off all super chats, which I did, but I like the membership thing. So we did have some members come in, but that's fine. I apologize to my mods. I made it harder for them than it needed to be today. All right, let's finish this off here.
In the state, geez, you don't donate to your boss, by the way.
It's just business as usual, a mass though. That's the way it
Yeah,
works.
And you look at
who's going to hold them
you look at
responsible?
Morrissey's office. I mean, they got rid of.
Good point.
Proctor's obviously fired, but they rehomed DeCiccio, Yuri Buchanan. Tully's supposedly not in the office anymore. I don't know where they put him, but they're not. It's not getting out in the public. Proctor's public because he got fired, but they're not talking about how DA Morrissey's sinking ship. He's losing men left and right, but the mainstream media doesn't talk about it. They don't talk about the systemic corruption in the state, the way these DA offices are run, and the way their detective units are assembled. And I think it's important for the public to be more educated on the system we have in place in Massachusetts and how it needs to have systemic reform.
They moved them like they moved the priests.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Mike, that's a perfect analogy.
We're all going to back Adam Deese. That's what we're backing, right? You want him in there for sure, right?
But it eventually was exposed. It was an Oscar-winning movie. It took time, and people committed suicide over it. But it will be exposed, and people should care. People come up to me and say, "I'm sorry, I binge watched it," and I hate that apologetic or embarrassment tone. You should care, not about me. You should care about your government, and we will shine a brighter light on this, Scott. The DeCiccio, Koskowski, Buchnick, Tully. These things are not going to kept hidden from the public. We're chipping away. Just stay faithful and hopeful. And I hope, and I expect Nick, Alan, and I will help unfold this for you as the civil case proceeds, as this DA race picks up. This is the year. So I hope with this channel that we're going to have, everybody can pop on and we can do this again or do this forum again. But thank you. This money will go. You will see it like you saw at trial where your money goes. You will see how you've contributed. We'll have another dream team and we'll expose more. So thank you, everyone. I'm gonna jump. I think I need to go talk to Nick. 'Cause I haven't talked to him in an hour.
Was Karen Reed. That was Karen Reed a few weeks ago. I want to thank LTL Media for clipping that on Calling All Being show, as well streamed on the Young Jerks on LTL. We're gonna do another one. Another one's upcoming. It's also gonna be on the Read Files channel, YouTube, I believe. It's gonna be another community fundraiser for Karen Reed. I hope you all check it out. Couple messages I'm gonna post up. Sheila and Friends True Crime Chat says, "I hope you feel better." I heard you feel better. I do a little bit, and I know I'll just chill. That's the thing too. Is for me, September to January, especially September to New Year's Eve, is our busiest time for the dog business. So I've been out of my mind, especially Christmas and New Year's. You think with the dog business, when you are away or with family, that's when people need us for the dogs. And I just went through the busiest season, and a lot of times when I'm jumping on these spaces late at night or doing, I'm like running upstairs going to get someone's dog out. I'm going back and forth, and so I've had the stress of the last 4 months plus this dog business. And today it just feels like it's all going to break. I don't like for today, for the first time, I don't have to walk anybody else's dog. It feels good knowing that I'm going into a little bit slower season. The school year is when we're busy. So this is still a little bit, a little busy until, April, May, June, but it's not the peak, which is September to New Year's. So I've had that stress on me as well as this, all this BS, and I feel like okay, now I'm just going to settle into myself, and I'm already starting to feel better. DB says, "What was the point of the show?" The point of the show, I think, was to talk about what's going on. And if you listen to the beginning, I talk a lot about Mazda and the Betero stuff, and how I do have some regrets, and I am taking accountability, and I am being upfront with it. And I don't think I said the F word today. Do I owe Karen any money today? I don't think so. I'm going to give her a big donation on the next fundraiser that we're doing. I'm saving my pennies for that, for my personal funds. But for today, I think I'm free. I don't think I. So the point of the show today, and again, it was about a comment that came in on YouTube. One that supported me, but at the same time said, "Mike, be more like Karen." Karen doesn't use that type of language. Karen doesn't. So I thought today, let's replay the words of Karen. Let's hear what Karen had to say. That was the point of the show today. Back to Karen, supporting Karen. Is there justice says it takes a strong person to admit they make a mistake. I think I agree with you. I wish I didn't make the mistake though. I thought I was too old for this shit. I thought I was funny when you think you get your shit together. You still overstep the line. I'll read more. You are human. Yes, I am human. People will come and go in your life. A true friend will give you a hug and understand both sides should apologize. Still, my favorite video is I'm not crying. That is a kind of a funny video. But that's become like the Sean McDonough video. When I did that video, I sent a message to Sean, and I was like, "Crazy Mike video." It is funny. JFK uses it all the time. I ain't crying. I like this one. This is really what it is. Time to. I think I lost it because there are a lot of messages coming in, but there was one like time to decompress. Someone says you didn't overstep any lines, they did. I'm not sure about that. I think I overstep lines for me, like what I feel comfortable with. Just because they do something doesn't mean you have to. I think that's a real risk too for people. I'm not going to name names, but I think there are certain people that are against Turtle Boy, and then they kind of become him on the other side. And I've seen this a lot with different people. I think that's with Turtle Boy himself. Like that's what I don't want to become. In the last few weeks, I think that's what I was becoming. You saw it. Whether it was right or wrong, it's just not who I want to be. It's not the way I want to live. Yeah, I think there's some of that. Geez, I've thought about this, Sherry, getting Sean on the show, but is it good for him? Is it good for me? I don't know. If Sean and I could have that type of show, I got a lot of love for Sean. There's a lot of people I'd like to get on the show like that. That just it's got to be the right time, right conversation, because it could devolve easily, especially when it's a live show. I want to put this comment up too. Um, DB says being a mod for Sean is also one reason I can't get behind LTL. He didn't hesitate to attack Sean. Um, I agree with some of your sentiment, but at the same time, I don't. And especially knowing I think that Sean is good with LTL now. I think LTL is good with Sean. I don't know privately what they've had for communication, but I talked to both of those guys about each other. So my feeling is that they are both good with each other at this point. So I think sometimes we need to give them space to work it out. I think there's a level of respect actually between both of them at this point. I appreciate your comment. I like loyalty to people. Like I like that you're loyal to Sean. That's cool actually. Sometimes it's not our battle, and sometimes it's not even a battle anymore. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to deal with. I'm trying to not take this shit so personally for people that we care about, and it's hard not to. All right. I like I said, I ended up keeping up the friggin' the members. We got a lot of members today. I didn't even mean to. I don't know. Fucked up. I thought I turned everything off. So I want to thank all these members and the gifts. There were some gifts coming through for the memberships. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't intend that. That's not why we went live. I turned off all the super chats. Kristen makes a comment, says, I don't understand why you won't respect Mazza and how he'd like to manage this conflict. I'll say that it's more personal and there's more stuff that people don't really know about. And it's not, for me at this point, it's not about that. It's not about respect for Mazza or no respect for Mazza. It's just about me actually saying, you know what? Like, I regret going there against Mazza. I regret it. I'd be open to talk to Mazza. I've wanted that for a little while, actually. See, now I don't want to talk about this stuff. This is too personal. I'm gonna go. I think you guys get the idea of what's been, how I feel, where it's going. So I think someone just asked, when is the fundraiser, the next fundraiser? Let me look at the schedule. I should know this date. It's not this Friday, it's the next Friday. Whatever Friday that is. Let me just look. Where the hell's my calendar? I got too many apps on the phone. Hold on. And the next fundraiser for Karen Reed that we're going to do is January 16th. It's a Friday, 7 p.m. We haven't posted it up yet, but it will be soon. Yeah, Friday, January 16th. Thank you. That's what I need to go back to. Yes. Yes, it is a confessional, but it's not a confessional. I'm not trying to be a confessional about what I think about Mazza, or personal issues. It's more about a confessional about me. I feel like I shouldn't have gone there. That's about it. Thank you. Thank you for caring and being here. And not those questions aren't hateful. Those you know. Oh yeah, January 10th, the movie's coming out. I can't. I know a lot of people aren't looking forward to seeing that movie. I kind of am. Yes, the fundraiser will be on the Read Files, I believe. It should be on LTL, Calling All Beings, the Read Files, the Young Jerks, maybe JFK and James Jackson channels. Whoever is a guest, that wants to air it on their channels, it will be aired there. So the more the merrier. We love to do that because it gets more people watching, more channels, more people. Laughing at some of the comments. All right, I'm gonna go. I don't see anything else I need to comment on today. I see a lot of the great people here. I see. I want to thank our mods. And I'll definitely see you for that fundraiser. And I'm not sure when I'll be up to doing another show either beyond that we'll see what happens. I do have a couple interviews I want to do with authors. And those should be chill shows. So maybe I will do those upcoming. It just depends. We'll see how I feel. I'm just checking the chat one more time before I leave to see if there's anything I have to deal with, anything that people that I didn't confess to today, or you think I should, or anything that you think that I'm missing. This is your final call before we call it a day. That's it. I'm gonna do some more push-ups today. Little Tai Chi. Maybe do some. I'm gonna cook today. That's what I'm gonna cook and spend time with the family. I'm not apologizing for doing the right thing. I'm apologizing for things that I think could have been better. Where I maybe let myself, but especially like Karen down, like some of the stuff, it could have been different. I have been mad busy, and I'm just gonna try to enjoy taking some time off. Yes. Boom, right there. All right, I think I'm good. I don't see anything that I need to address right now. It seems like people understand where I'm at. Right. I'm putting it in God's hands. God, let me know what I should be doing. I heard it today. I did stand up for Karen, but sometimes you're not sure if you're doing it the right way, right? Tai Chi, yes. Appreciate that, Aim. I'm just trying to do my best here. Yeah, I'm let God take the wheel. I'm letting God take the wheel. Thank you, Aim. Yes, some deep breathing. It's good about Tai Chi. You do the breathing too, the movements. That's who I ask for forgiveness to up there. Thank you. All right, have a great day, everyone. I love you. Peace out. And on social media, last thing I'll say is don't feel like you need to fight these trolls when they're posting BS against me. There's a lot of that going on. Just ignore it. You can block them. You can leave one comment if you feel like you need to correct the record for me. But don't spend your whole day going back and forth with these trolls. It's not helping you. It's not helping the cause. Just block. If you feel like you're going back and forth with them, just block, mute, unfollow. You don't need to respond. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.